Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to describe a rhyolite pumice, a mixed rhyolite-andesite pumice from Krakatau volcano. This is one of the eruptive products of the 1883 eruption, and as you can see, it's got two distinct colors. There is the cream-colored rhyolitic pumice on the right-hand side, and there is the darker andesite pumice. There's a streak of the dark material in the light-colored material. Here you have an andesite streak in the rhyolite, and there's a rather sharp boundary between the two rock units. So this seems to be incomplete mixing that the two magmas have experienced. The rhyolite was likely stored in a shallow magma chamber in the top few kilometers in the crust prior to the 1883 eruption, and the andesite is believed to be replenishing magma that recharged the magma chamber, the shallow magma chamber, and led eventually to an eruption. So here is a close-up of the contact area. You see the bubbles in both units in the rhyolite here, larger and smaller, and you see also some bubbles in the andesite. They seem to be a little different in terms of size, so maybe the bubble size distribution will be distinct. Well, probably not surprising given that they have distinct compositions. The mineralogy of the rhyolite is rather simple. It's got some quartz, it's got some feldspar, mainly sodic feldspar, and it's actually got some sulfides. There's a little bit of pyrite in there, but overall it's very crystal poor in this composition. And if we zoom in here, it's very hard to make out any individual crystals. Though we see beautiful bubbly textures, pumice textures. The volume of pumice, the bubble volume of pumice can be very high, and it leads to a low density of the product. The 1883 pumice was reported to have floated on the sea, and if you want to have a look in one of the kids' school volcano videos, I'm showing that this particular sample actually floats despite the andesite attached to it. The andesite drags it down a little. It's a little denser than the rhyolite, but it still doesn't sink as a whole sample. The andesite has more calcic feldspar, and it's got a bit of pyroxene. There is the odd little pyroxene visible in the rhyolite as well, but the andesite has more distinct pyroxene composition, and a little more of it as well. So the 1883 eruption, as you probably know, has been quite a devastating one. It led to a tsunami, and the tsunami wiped out something on the order of, well, certainly hundreds of villages along the Sumatra and Java coast, and furthermore, the death toll was very high. So this mixed magma, it shows that the magmas were probably coming together only a short time prior to the eruption, and the magmas have not yet completely mixed. This is a mixed magma occurrence, and they have erupted simultaneously, however, and they were traveling together through the conduit, and well, fragmentation has produced these pieces where there's some mixture. These mixed pumices are rather rare, so the volume of andesite involved in the 1883 eruption was probably comparatively small. I would estimate that only about, say, 5% of the pumice lumps have actually some andesite component in them. So thank you very much for your attention, and yep, soon I'll be back with another rock, and I hope you enjoyed the mixed magma Krakatau sample. Thank you, bye bye.